Like this.
Hi, I'm here now with Amy Stovold, international dressage rider. We're here at Hartpury Festival of Dressage. And hello, Amy.
Hi, how are you?
Lovely to see you
And you?
at the show. Just wanted to have a chat with you really, because obviously we know you internationally. You're a very big rider in the dressage world. But how did it all start?
Well, long story, I suppose.
We've got time.
It started off in a riding school, and so I'm one of the many that came out of a riding school. Started at the age of 3. And from there my parents bought me ponies, which all went wrong with one thing or another, and then from there I went to MirrorMePR College, where I studied horses because my parents didn't really want me to go out working at 16, which is fair enough. And then I met a really good friend of mine, who's a really good friend of mine now, David Jones, who had Grand Prix dressage horses, and he used to give me lessons on them, and my bug then became strong. So I then worked for a Danish lady, daughter Sebla, who had dressage horses where Kira Kirkman was based. So I was there for 4.5 years, involved with all the training of her horses, used to ride her horses for her. Kira was there every day, so I was listening to her input into the other riders that were there, which was really interesting. And then at the age of, I think I was 21, I started freelancing on my own and managed to find a really good horse and started off my name that way, built up my profile, and it's pretty much where I am today.
Wow. Well, you're actually based in, is it East Sussex?
West Sussex.
And you've got a beautiful yard that you said, all the facilities, harrows for horses, indoor school, horse walker. It sounds amazing. But tell us about a typical day then. I mean, when you're at home at the yard, what's your day like when you're not away travelling or competing?
So for me, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have grooms that are there doing all the work that I used to do, so I can pretty much rock up whenever I like. But I normally start about 9 o'clock, and then I literally ride one after the other till about lunchtime, and then everyone has lunch from 1 till 2. Either I'll be teaching or riding, normally through my lunch break, and then I carry on with teaching people in the afternoon and maybe ride 1 or 2 more, and then go home again. So
exhausted.
Basically, I'm there all day, every day, riding, which is great.
And how do you juggle competing and training? Because obviously, in terms of you busy travelling at all these international shows now, it must be quite difficult trying to fit in the training with the competing.
Yeah, well, it's okay. I mean, as long as you plan your show schedule, I think it's okay. And you have to have enough time to train in order to compete. So you just have to be very good at planning, I suppose.
So to be on the international stage, do you ever suffer from nerves? Do you ever get nervous? And how do you cope with nerves? I mean, do you have a strategy or any sort of top tips?
No, I do suffer with nerves, of course, especially when you're at a level where you've done quite well and you've won a few. The pressure's then on to think, oh my God, I've got to win the next one, and the next one I've got to get my scores better and better. That's natural for any competitor, I think. So yeah, of course I get nervous.
How do you sort of help curb those?
Well, I have a sports psychologist who I work closely with. We have regular sessions together. Danielle Oldings, she really helps me from the neck up She's actually based here today,
Oh,
so I'm going to
funny
go and
enough.
see
Nice
her.
little plug there.
Going to go and see her later. But no, she's been brilliant, and we set goals and targets, and I think that's the way to do it. Just break it down and do one thing at a time.
And so we're at Hartpury. You know, which is your favourite UK show that you go to? Is there anyone in particular you really enjoy, and why is that?
I think this place, this venue is really, really good. It ticks all the boxes, but I think the one close to my heart has to be Hicksted. There's something about Hicksted that's quite magical, and everyone seems to have a really good show there, and it's always good fun. So I'd say Hicksted is my favourite show. It's also really local for me.
Okay. And what about the not so local one, the international shows?
Well, I've had some really, really interesting shows, but for me, I suppose it has to be Olympia. So that was my favourite show. That was an international show.
Yeah.
But abroad, I would say Pompadour. Pompadour was one of my favourites. Beautiful venue, lovely stabling.
What's the difference between, obviously apart from the weather normally, what's the difference between competing internationally compared to the UK? Is there any particular...
I think the main difference is that when you go with a load of Brits, when you're at the home shows, so that everyone keeps themselves to themselves. But when we go to the international competitions, then we're seen as a group and we're seen as a team, and we all get together and we make it a good time for everyone. I think that's probably the main thing, and we all support each other, and we all, try and boost each other's confidence and help each other wherever we can.
Okay, so finally, what's the best bit of advice that anybody's given you? What's the best bit of advice that you could give somebody?
I think the best piece of advice someone gave me is stick to your plan. Do it for yourself, don't do it for anybody else. If you believe in yourself, you can do it, and I'm proof of that.
And so would that be the advice you give to everybody else?
Yeah, I think that would be the advice I'd give to everybody else.
Good sound advice. Well, thank you very much, Amy. It's been lovely to talk to you as ever, and good luck with the show.
Thanks, Ashley.